Good evening, everyone. Welcome for this session. So this is our third session on the 16 guidelines for a happy life. So this is a pilot, actually, project of the Foundation for the Development of Compassion and Wisdom that is affiliated with the FPMT. So it is a totally secular approach, as in non-religious approach, for us to try and develop inner qualities. Hello. It is based on a text from a king of Tibet in the 7th century that really, helped in the 7th century Tibet. The citizens of Tibet it was like a warlike nation, and this really helped, to develop Tibet. And now we all know how Tibetans are, so kind and civilized and have a lot of compassion and many values. But this text in the 7th century still was based on the Buddha Dharma, and now the Foundation for the Development of Compassion and Wisdom, they took this text from King Songtsen Gampo and really took the essence of the 16 values, the 16 inner qualities that we are trying to develop, leaving all the religious dogma out and just keeping the essence of the values. And so these 16 guidelines for a happy life, they have been around for many years, and actually there is a book that you can read, and they offer quite a lot of material on their website, fdcw.org, I think. You can download this book for free and many resources to know more about the 16 guidelines. And at the moment, there are a few centers of the FPMT who are running this series of meditations as a pilot project. The official launch of these meditations will be next year. So it will be offered to all the centers around the world, all the centers of the FPMT, the Foundation for the Preservation of the Mahayana Tradition. So we have about 130 centers, projects, and services around the world, and Tushita, Delhi is one of them. So, yes, actually at the end, I will ask you for your feedback, on this meditation. If the meditation helped you, and if you see, if some things could be improved, in the format of these meditations, in the content as well, so that I can share, this feedback with the FDCW, the Foundation for the Development of Compassion and Wisdom. So now taking these 16 guidelines for a happy life and exploring them in a form of meditation is a new approach. So let me explain quickly what we are going to do. Why we use it in a meditation format is because meditation can be used, to strengthen the qualities that we already possess, to develop them, to take them further. And there are many different kinds of meditation that we can do. During these sessions, what we do is that we do two types of meditations. First, we do what is called a stabilising meditation, to quieten our mind, to settle our mind, so that we bring our attention into a focused, still state for the meditation. It helps us to become, fully present for the session. And especially for the second type of meditation that we do, that is called an analytical meditation. An analytical meditation, in this case, is a guided practice where we examine a topic in different ways. And this week, the topic we will analyze, the topic we will explore is contentment. So let us start with the settling meditation. So what we will do during this settling is actually a body scan. It can help us to release the physical tensions that we have in the body. Every time you breathe in, you can use that to draw your attention to a specific area of the body. True. And every time you breathe out, you can use that to relax and release any tension that you have in that specific area of your body. Relaxing both the body and mind is central to the practice of meditation. To start, notice your posture. Posture is also very important when we do meditation because of the close connection that's between the body and the mind. Sit in a comfortable posture that allows your body to be still and relaxed. It helps your mind to be still and relaxed as well. You are sitting on a chair. Make sure you are sitting upright, not leaning against the support of the chair, not leaning forward either. Your knees are apart and both your feet flat on the floor. If the floor is too low for your feet, you can also place a cushion so that your feet are both flat. If you are sitting on the floor, on a mat or on a cushion, you can simply select. Rest your hands on your knees. You can have you can have them on your lap. It's totally up to you, whichever is you. They can be palms up or palms down, whatever seems comfortable. The back should be upright but not stiff. The arms and shoulders should be relaxed. Drop your chin slightly forward, it stretches a little bit and it relaxes it as well. Gaze gently downwards, avoids visual distraction. Or if you prefer, you can lightly close your eyes. Now that you are comfortably seated, turn your attention to the breath as it enters and leaves the body. Start taking 3 long, slow breaths. Allow the air to enter deeply so that both the chest and stomach rise and fall with each breath. Now simply observe your breath and its natural rhythm as it enters and leaves the body. You don't need to do anything to change or control the breath. Just observe it. Let us start the body scan by focusing your attention at the top of your head. It may help to visualize a small circular area of about 4 inches in diameter. See if you can feel a complete sense of relaxation on the top of your head. And then allow this sense of relaxation to extend down below the actual surface of the head. Gently and slowly imagine this area enlarging until it covers the entire top of your head. Feel how the skin and the hair and the entire top of the head become completely relaxed. As you breathe in, gently strengthen your focus of attention. As you breathe out, gently let go of any tension you might observe. This zone of relaxation then expands to the left side of the head, including the left ear, and it slowly expands to the back of the head and then to the right side of the head, including the right ear. Take your time and allow this to happen. Now feel the relaxation flowing down over the forehead, relaxing the muscles of the eyes, the nose, the cheeks, and the rest of the face, including the mouth and jaw. Also relax the internal part of the mouth. Rest here for a moment with the sensation that your entire head is completely relaxed, inside and out. As you breathe in, gently focus your attention. As you breathe out, gently let go of any tension you might observe. Next, allow this sense of relaxation to travel gently down through the throat and the neck, and then to the left shoulder, traveling down the left arm, passing through the elbow to the wrist, and then onto the tips of the fingers of the left hand. Take some time to allow this to happen. When you have reached the tips of the left fingers, pause for a moment and see, does the left arm feel any different from the right arm? Now allow the feeling of relaxation to travel down your right shoulder, down the right arm, passing through the elbow to the wrist, and then down to the tips of the fingers of the right hand. Take some time to allow this to happen. As you breathe in, gently focus your attention. As you breathe out, gently let go of any tension you observe. Next, allow this relaxation to expand down your spine. First, spreading to the left upper side of your back, and then to the right side. Then it spreads down to the lower part of your back, first to the left side and then to the right side. Your entire back is completely relaxed. Now turn your attention back to the front of your body and allow the chest to relax. Relax the diaphragm. Also move downwards to relax the abdomen and the internal organs. Then relax your hips. Take your time in allowing this to happen. And enjoy this feeling of relaxation in your entire upper body, inside and out. As you breathe in, gently focus your attention. And as you breathe out, gently let go of any tension you observe. Now allow this sense of relaxation to move down into the left leg, traveling through the thigh to the left knee and the calf and the ankle, and then right down to the tips of your left toes. When you have reached the tips of your left toes, pause for a moment and see if the left leg feels any different from the right leg. Then let the feeling of relaxation travel down your right leg as well, through your thigh, to the right knee, to the calf, the ankle, and then right down to the tips of your right toes. Take a few moments now to observe your entire body. Is it completely relaxed? Use your in-breath to notice any tension you might still be feeling anywhere in your body. And then on the out-breath, let this tension go naturally. Don't struggle with it. Don't force it. Simply let it leave on your out-breath. Simply let it go. Now that we have settled down a little bit, let us ask ourselves, why am I here for this session? Is your motivation for self or for others? Is it for the benefit of the few or the many? Is it for now, today, or for the future? Explore how it feels to broaden your motivation to include the happiness of others. For example, I would like this session to be meaningful and beneficial, to bring lasting happiness for myself and others. As you focus on this, feel it resonate through your body and mind. Now, to conclude the practice, relax your posture and take a moment to notice and enjoy any sense of harmony and ease that this practice might have brought to your body and mind. So now we will explore the inner quality of contentment. So I will briefly introduce the topic, and then we can discuss, among ourselves. For a few minutes, we can discuss and exchange about contentment. What is our experience of contentment in our lives? So first, let me introduce the topic. Contentment is a state of mind that has nothing to do with money, objects, or other people. Contentment also does not concern itself with how much we have or how little we have. Instead, it is about finding a point of stillness within ourselves, which allows us to be quietly happy, whatever our situation might be, and to be at peace with who we are. How do you experience contentment? It can be as easy and yet as radical as taking a breath in and deciding to release everything that makes us feel anxious and dissatisfied as you breathe out. Try settling deeply and quietly in a traffic jam, in the middle of an argument, or when tears are close. Let the commotion of the world simply come to rest. Is it possible to taste the experience of surrender and release? Unless we learn to live in the moment and to accept it as it is, we may never function well or feel fully alive. Contentment releases us from the restless desires that drive us blindly forward and which prevent us from being open to the needs and gifts of others. Contentment frees us up to direct our energy in fresh and a more conscious way. Contentment is stillness amidst the noise and bustle. It is feeling whole and fulfilled, whatever the circumstances, whatever the situation, whatever the experience. It feels alive, complete, and in the moment, open and aware. Contentment is not just simplicity, but simplicity and contentment can reinforce each other. Contentment is a settled, deep feeling within us. It can focus our energy and transform any feelings of not good enough. Contentment means we have no need to hurt another or to profit at their expense. People are drawn to those who have contentment. How do you think contentment contributes to happiness? We can explore together, we can share our individual understandings and experiences of contentment. So everybody who's on Zoom, feel free to unmute yourself. I think you have the possibility to unmute yourself. Yes. So you can just unmute yourself and speak up and share your experience in your life with contentment or your understanding of contentment. Please feel free. And here at Tushita also simply speak up.
Hi, can I say something?
Yes, please.
Hi, yeah. I mean, contentment is in theory is very easy to say, but it's really, really hard to practice, I think. And because contentment is like you're fully satisfied with your life, with yourself, with everything and everything around you, right? To achieve that thing, it's extremely difficult in a very chaotic, very unsettled world. So, I mean, you can work on it, but it's to get the level of contentment with where you feel total peace. I think it's extremely, extremely difficult. That's my view. But you can keep trying, and the more you try it, the more you get sometimes frustrated by trying and not achieving. That's my view.
Thank
Can
you,
I go
Jati.
next?
Yes, please, go ahead.
You know, when I was younger, for most of my life, I've looked down on the idea of contentment in my own stupidity, okay? Lack of wisdom. I think I thought it was important as a young person to be discontent with the state of the world and everything happening around us. And to go out there and change things, address injustices, yeah, tackle social issues and problems. And that's the line of work I have followed. Yeah, I worked with NGOs for many years and I work on many social issues. And I spent some 30, 35 years doing that. And so if it's a conceptual question, if you are content with yourself and everything around you, how do you ever improve it? How do you ever make things better for others and yourself? Yeah. What is it that drives you forward? I mean, we're all sitting here in this Tushita class because we are discontent. We are seeking contentment. And it's a good thing to, to be discontent because it can move you to a state of contentment. So, anyway, that's just my little bit of dilemma that I want to share. Of course, I'm older now and I definitely want to be content and happy and peaceful. My years of raging against the world are hopefully behind me. Yeah. for what it's worth. Okay, that's it.
What do you all think if we are content? As Nirupama was asking, if we are content, how do we improve things? How do we make things better then? If you are satisfied. JJ, you want to say something?
Yeah, first I really wanted to understand. I couldn't get very clearly how did you define contentment? That is one. I request you to repeat the sentence. The second is that what was said by the previous person, how does one feels if one is totally contented, and how does the growth take place? I really would like to make a difference between one is the contentment and another one is the complacency. You know, so I think complacence may not take us forward, but when the mind is in the state of the contentment, if one is really operating from that, it definitely takes us forward.
Thank you, Ajayji. So let me just read again the definition that the FDCW gives of contentment. Well, many things were said, but I think mostly contentment. Let me just mute you because there is some background noise. Contentment is stillness amidst the noise and bustle. It is a feeling whole and fulfilled, whatever the circumstances, situation, or experience. It feels alive, complete, and in the moment, open and aware.
Can I say something?
Yes, please. Let me just first check if there is an essential point that I should read again for a GG. Just 1 second. So it is about finding a point of stillness within ourselves which allows us to be quietly happy, whatever our situation might be, and to be at peace with who we are. Yes, please, go ahead.
Hi, I'm Vishal.
Hello, Vishal.
And for me, contentment goes hand in hand with a feeling of acceptance. Okay. Um, if I'm not worried about the results of my actions, and whatever I get in return is okay for me, and I just accept it, uh, I automatically reach a stage of contentment. And this is something that I'm speaking from my own experience. Uh, of course, I'm not in that stage right now, but there was a time when I experienced complete contentment, and I really understood, what when I heard, historically others saying that you don't need anything from the outside world to be happy, and I felt that sense of contentment within myself, just just wanting to give to the world, just wanting to do my work to the best possible ability, given my 100%, and it didn't matter what I got in return, and and uh, it kind of goes hand in hand with not expecting anything towards sensorial pleasures. Okay, so if I'm not expecting any kind of a pleasure or anything in return, which would kind of cater to my sensory needs, um, it uh, it it is fine, and I would still feel contented if my entire energy is purely on my duties rather than expecting something in return. So that's my experience with contentment, and this is something that I have experienced firsthand, and I'm saying from there.
Thank you, Vishalji. If somebody would like to say something, maybe we can take one more person. Otherwise, we'll have opportunity to discuss more also after the analytical meditation on contentment. Okay, then let's do the meditation and then we'll have a few more minutes. Yes,
If
Nirupama, please
nobody
go ahead.
else is going, then I think that was an important point that was made about contentment being independent of sensorial pleasures and gratification. And I think that's a good place to start, to be content, especially with your material resources, you know, what you have around you. To me, that helps to define this term, contentment, much better. And also, as someone earlier said, to differentiate it from complacency. To me, that is important. Thank you.
Thank you, Nirupamaji. So let us do the meditation and then we have more time to discuss afterwards. So we will explore, we'll spend a little time exploring contentment in the form of an analytical meditation. So again, find a comfortable posture. You can rest your hands on your knees or on your lap, palms up or palms down, whichever is more comfortable. The back should be naturally upright, but not stiff. The arms and shoulders relaxed. You can drop your chin slightly forward so that the neck stretches and it's aligned in the continuation of the spine. Gently gaze downwards in a way that avoids visual distractions. Or if you prefer, you can lightly close your eyes. Now that you are comfortably seated, turn your attention to the breath as it enters and leaves the body. Let us start by taking 3 long, slow breaths. Allow the air to enter deeply so that both chest and stomach rise and fall with each breath. Now let us explore. What do we understand by contentment? Does contentment depend on what we have or how we think? Is being content a quality that we are born with, or can we make a conscious intention to be content? When we are content, what difference does it make to us and the way we live? What is the connection, if any, between contentment and happiness? The 16 guidelines for a happy life define contentment as the art of enjoying who we are and what we have. Contentment doesn't hold us back from wishing to learn and grow, or to make the world a better place. It simply means that we do this at a steady pace without anxiety or stress. To be content is to be at peace with ourselves, free from craving, free from discomfort, free from dissatisfaction. Yet for many people, to be content with who we are and what we have is one of the biggest challenges we face. What does contentment mean to you? Take a quiet breath. Relax your shoulders. Soften your eyes. See whether you can connect with a feeling of contentment, of having enough, of not needing anything else and being at peace. Perhaps you felt content when you woke up in bed this morning. Or did you experience contentment when you ate breakfast? Or set out on your day's activities? Without any sense of judgment, just observe whether you have felt content at any time today. If you have experienced contentment today, what did it feel like? If you have not experienced contentment today, just imagine what it might be like to carry out even one of your everyday activities with a feeling of contentment. Being discontent is woven into the very fabric of modern life. We are constantly encouraged to believe that doing more, owning more, eating or drinking more, traveling more, having more friends, or even having more and better sex will bring us happiness. What if we personally chose to resist the constant itch to be more or to have more, and instead choose to prioritize contentment? Now visualize, imagine yourself standing or sitting comfortably and alone in a quiet and open space. It is empty in all directions as far as you can see, totally open space. Bring to mind whatever clothing you possess. The shirts, trousers, sweaters, the socks, shoes, coats. Imagine them all around you in this open space, either in neat piles or just as a one big heap. Now think of your kitchen with all its equipment, its pots, pans, cupboards, fridge full of food. Bring all that along as well. Pile it high or arrange it neatly just as you wish. What else do you own or use on a daily basis? Do you have electronic devices? Bring them also in this open space. Are you getting the idea? Bring along anything that's been overlooked. Bring your home itself, the house, garage, apartment, or even the garden. Gently gather everything around you. Now let's just sit for a moment with all these objects. Just let them surround you. We can acknowledge the usefulness of each item and feel gratitude for what we have. We can rejoice in our good fortune. Then we can also consider the idea that in this moment, whatever material possessions we have are enough. There is nothing that is lacking. We can acknowledge with contentment that whatever we need in the world at this moment is here with us right now. We can reflect that there will be inevitably there will be changes to our possessions in the future. And we can influence those changes by how we connect with what we have in this present moment. Now gradually let all these objects dissolve away until the space around you is quiet and open, just as it was before. You can again visualize yourself in this quiet, open space. Seeing very far in the future, completely empty space. Allow the stillness of this moment to permeate your senses and soften your breathing. Can you sense the potential for contentment regardless of the situation? Where you are right here, right now. Now let's bring to mind our senses of the sense of who we are. Maybe you are a parent or grandparent, a husband, a wife, a student. Maybe you are an employee or an employer. Recall the connections you have to others and invite them to join you in this quiet and open space. One by one and in groups, bring along your partner, children, friends. Bring along your colleagues, co-workers. And also your neighbors, all the people in your neighborhood, even including those who are more problematic for you. And also bring in your pets and the animals and birds who populate your personal world. Try to visualize as vast as you can, all these people, your partner, children, friends, colleagues, neighbors, pets, and all the animals and birds who live around you. Sense the many connections you have made, close or distant, with all these people. Now let us just sit for a minute with all these people and animals surrounding us. Visualize as vast as you can all the connections you have in your life, all the people in your life. Can we extend gratitude to each of them and acknowledge our connection? We can rejoice in our good fortune. We can acknowledge with contentment that whatever we need in the world at this moment is here with us right now. We can reflect that there will be inevitably, we will have changes in our relationships in the future. And we can reflect that we can influence those changes by how we connect with what we have in this present moment. Gradually, let all these people and animals dissolve away until the space around you is quiet and open, just as it was before. Visualize yourself in that quiet and open space. Completely empty as far as you can see in the distance. Allow the stillness of this moment to permeate your senses and soften your breathing. Can you sense the potential for contentment regardless of the situation? Where you are, right here, right now. Contentment, the understanding that what we have is sufficient to our needs, is a state of mind we can gradually learn to bring to every experience and to every circumstance. may the practice of contentment enrich your life and the lives of the beings around you. Gently come out of the meditation. So again, we can take a few minutes to discuss among ourselves whatever arose from this meditation. And also the Foundation for the Development of Compassion and Wisdom is very interested in feedback, about these new series of meditations. For example, on the pace, on the content, if it's easy or not for you to visualize, or whatever you might think about this meditation, please feel free to share.
May I? This is
wait,
Tara.
Hold on, Taraji, there is someone here at the center.
Oh, okay.
Just 1 second.
I would personally feel the first phase that we covered was traveling through our body. So if that can be a little slower, because it was a little hard for me to catch up with the part of the body that you were in and I was in. So I was a little slow.
Yeah, for the body scan, right? A little bit too fast. Taraji, please go ahead.
Mine was more to do with the content of today's class. To go back a little bit to what Ms. Nirupama said, and then the gentleman after her. I think as I've grown older, I also a little bit like her, to me, contentment was to come at a certain point when everything else became ideal. When I had achieved this, or when this had happened, when the world had become a wonderful place. But as you get older, you realize that's an almost very difficult dream. And I think, to me now, contentment is more to do with whatever is one's situation. It's not likely to be ideal, but is it enough in the moment? And what you said, did I feel a sense of contentment anytime today? Yes. I woke up with this feeling of contentment. Unusually, I'm in a phase of great transition. After many decades, we have moved back to India, and there's lots going on. But it was for me unusual, but really felt very nice because I was just in the moment. My mind had, was not telling me, you have to do this, you have to do that, you have to do that. I just spent a few precious moments just lying down, not even expressing gratitude or anything. And it put me in mind of having watched some or read about or watched some videos of conversations between Archbishop Tutu and His Holiness the Dalai Lama, which led to the Book of Joy. It was really wonderful because if I think I haven't achieved what I want to achieve, I could say 15 times more for them, 100 times more for them. But it's you do what you have to do. You can still continue doing it, but you don't have to do it all the time with this sense of dissatisfaction. I think that's key to be able to live in a little better way. And there is, yes, a certain level of acceptance. I wouldn't say that there's complete acceptance. For me, that certainly hasn't happened till now. And I have moments of contentment. I can't say that I've achieved it and I'm just sitting and whatever happens, I just feel contented all the time. No, I haven't reached that point like the precious gurus. But yeah, it seems a little more possible in the moment. If we could just let our mind be a little bit and be less judgmental for a little while, I think. So yeah, over to you.
Thank you, Taraji. Anyone else would like to share, in particular, what arose from this analytical meditation on contentment? Could you visualize properly, and could you also feel content when, we dissolve all the objects and all the people around us, when we are just alone in an open space, quiet and calm? Could you feel content in that moment?
I felt like how Ryuchi mentioned last time. The content is very nice. It's like very well written. But I think for meditation, probably if it's more spaced out or written from that approach that somebody is reflecting might be better. Would it mean, I don't know, because he's a teacher, he would know better. From a reading perspective, it's interesting because as you mentioned and I started visualizing, you said another point and I could not reflect on that and I started imagining other objects. So maybe if they write from a meditating point to would it be slowing down, I don't know. But it did arise, but it moved fast to another thing.
Well, you missed the calming meditation at the beginning also. Maybe that's why. Maybe you came agitated thinking about many things.
Like when you talk about open space, when I'm just sitting there, then you start visualizing. I mean, the text is like that, I guess. But I also missed the first part. I came late.
Yeah, it's not easy to visualize, no? Empty space around us, thinking about nothing but space and openness. Anyone else online would like to share something?
May I?
Yes, please, Nirupama.
I'm not sure that I've been able to conceptually sort of really understand contentment, because to me it's too associated and linked to other similar terms like gratitude and feeling at peace and all of that. So that's one bit of feedback. To me, unless something is clear in my head, I'm not able to get into it fully. So the first part of the meditation worked well, the placement meditation. And I thought the second meditation, the analytical one, it could be so related to gratitude and other such emotions as well. So yeah, it didn't quite sit for me.
Nirupama, I would encourage you to go to the FDCW website, and you can download for free the book that explains in more detail the 16 guidelines, because in these meditations, we're just trying to visualize and imagine and analyze how contentment could, help us. But in the book,
Okay.
and also they have online courses that you can join, then you will learn much more, about what is contentment and how to develop it. In these sessions,
Sure.
we just have around 1 hour to explore, but in the book, you
Sure.
can really sit with it and learn more. And also they have a 1-month online course that you can join. And they are actually giving a discount until the end of the month for all the people who are joining these meditations. I will share it again when I post the recording on the WhatsApp. I will share it again, the discount code, if you feel so inclined to do the 1-month course. I think it's like a 40% discount or something. I can't remember. Yeah, but anyway, there are many free resources as well on their website. The book and many other things you can download for free. So yes,
Okay.
feel free to have a look if you want to learn more about the 16 guidelines, the 16 qualities and inner values.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Nirupamaji. So throughout the coming week, before our next session, try to think, of ways that can bring contentment in your daily life. And next week, we will meditate on delight. So we can take a moment now to dedicate the positive energy and increased understanding from this session? If I can find my notes. So we can take a moment to dedicate that positive energy and increase understanding for all those who are ill, mentally or physically. For all of them to have a good health. We can dedicate to all those who are hungry or thirsty, to have food and drink. To those who are being harmed by violence, war, or conflict, for them to be at peace. Can dedicate for those who don't have a home. If they live in a cold country, to have a home and be warm, or if they live in a hot country, to have a home and be cooler, and also for them to be safe inside. To those who are challenged with loneliness, disharmony of financial pressures, for them to end their worries and increase their happiness. And finally, we can think how wonderful it would be if everyone in the room, everyone in the country, and everyone in the world were to reach their potential. Thank you very much for joining this session. I'm sorry, I think there were some sound problems at the beginning. I had an issue with the microphone, but I hope you could hear. And tomorrow, exceptionally, we'll have a session. Usually we don't have sessions on Wednesdays, but tomorrow, exceptionally, we'll have, in the evening, we have actually a monk who is staying with us here, Venerable Tenpa from Seraje Monastery in South India is staying with us at Tushita. Tomorrow evening he will be guiding. Tomorrow is Tsok Day, you know, the Guru Puja or Lamachopa Day. So we'll meet here at 6:30 p.m. to do the Lamachopa Tsok together, and you can also join online, of course, but then you will not enjoy the Tsok, you know. We'll be offering many sweets and drinks to all the Buddhas, and then we'll also taste them ourselves. So feel free to join us for that tomorrow, 6:30. And then our next programs, of course, we have the morning meditations, and tomorrow also Venerable Tenpa will guide the meditation, I think on loving kindness. And then our next programs on Saturday, we have the third session of Dharma talks with Deepesh Thakurji about the 4 seals of the Buddha's teachings and how to find contentment, precisely how to be happy, you know, in the modern times. And on Sunday, we'll continue our discussion with Lokesh Jindal on the law of cause and effect. So sorry, Saturday is at 11:30 a.m., both in person and online. Same place, same Zoom link. And Sunday as well, same place, same Zoom link, but it is 11 a.m. 11:30 is Saturday, 11 a.m. is Sunday. So yeah, that's a very interesting open discussion on Sunday that we have with Lokesh. This is going to be the second session. Very rich, interesting discussions because, you know, the law of cause and effect, the law of karma is one of these, is classified under the very hidden phenomena that only a fully omniscient mind can really comprehend, you know, all the different aspects of it. So please join us for that. Have a good night. Thank you very much for coming and for joining online. Bye-bye.